the Sports Betting Network.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Fired up on a Friday, ready to rock and roll. Downtown Las Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino is your spot. 3 hours of the National Football League. We will hit the entire Sunday slate. Props how we like. Tonight's game in Sao Paulo, Brazil is a doozy. Could have some problems with the field. Our best bets on the schedule. Adam Chernoff on the program coming up in 90 minutes on top of it as well, Pauly. And we'll begin by looking back at what took place last night with the opening game of the season. And this is what it felt like to me. For those of you who have never watched the movie All the President's Men, I highly suggest you go out there and check it off cross it off the list at some point. It's exceptional. Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman. You know where I'm going with this, right? The scene where they are told, it's not a big deal. Nothing's writing on this except for maybe the First Amendment of the Constitution, the freedom of the press, and the future of our country. Not that any of that matters. The only thing that was writing on Isaiah Likely's toe potentially being on the line last night, the total, 27-20, which it closed at 47. The Chiefs minus 2.5 or minus 3. Well, they're going to either win by 1 or lose by 1 because there's no question the Ravens were going to go for 2. The Ravens team total would have gone over. Potentially Chiefs money line like I talked about. And the Chiefs also in the second half. That also won. How much money was riding on that decision by the referees, which they initially called a touchdown?
Yep. Jason Robards. If you guys screw up again, I'm going to get mad.
So good. So good.
I love that movie and that scene. Absolutely. The madness.
And by the way, Mahomes said after the game, maybe the 1 seed overall in the playoffs.
That's right. Excellent. How about in play, plus 850 and 5-1? That is just where you knew Harbaugh was going to go for the win. And then you're thinking, well, if it doesn't come down to the 2-point conversion, I can just take the points there. Likely scores, I have that covered. That you could still grab plus 6.5, 5-1 in play. What happened? So, the adjusted win total now on the Chiefs, 12.5 at a fantastic finish and game. And it had all the makings there at the end. You're right. Everything that was decided. And peekaboo, hello, how about it falls 47? The 47.5 it opened at. Then you see the raindrops and the weather, and it goes all the way down to 45.5, and then boom. So everyone should have won, and that's a bad landing spot that falls 47. And as we tell you time and time again, numbers matter. Numbers are important. Bet numbers, don't bet teams. And that's incredible how that falls 27-20 to start.
After 2 touchdowns right out of the gates. Ravens right down the field, aided by a penalty. I get it. And then the Chiefs come back and they score one on their own as well. So I get it. The first thing that really popped into my mind was Kevin Durant. I think everybody's probably talked about that since the game concluded now more than 12 hours ago, obviously. But this is, and I told you all week long and yesterday, I'm the president of the Isaiah Likely fan club. I had him, bad job by me. I had him first touchdown, never bet him last touchdown. I never bet him anytime touchdown. So the 6-1 that was available last night on Isaiah Likely, he'll never be that number ever again. I can't imagine.
40-1 receiving yards.
He got there.
Buddy. Yeah.
Got there. How good is he?
Yeah. Well, come on.
You see what I'm talking about?
I watch football too, buddy. I mean, it's like, but Andrew's on a milk carton. You need help to block. Oh, the offensive line.
No kidding.
So that's a big story that they're going to need help because these guys are so bad. By the way, it's Crosby and Wilkins next week. Good luck with that. But sure, I mean, he's a stud, no doubt about it.
So this is, and by the way, talking trash, he's cussing at fans after the game, walking out of the tunnel. And then Likely's like, after the game to the media, really, Casey, that's all you got?
I mean, you guys went. I mean, this is a 2-time defending Super Bowl champions, and in their place, you almost went toe to toe with them. I mean, what would you take away from a competitive game like that against this team?
I say this is probably the worst game we're gonna play all year. So if this is the best that they got, I mean, good luck in the postseason.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Oh, wow. I got goosebumps. Oh, that's awesome.
I will remind Isaiah, I thought the game should have been a blowout at halftime. I thought the Chiefs stubbed their toe several times. Paul, how many unforced errors with the passing game yet again? How many drops do we have to go through with this team? I think that they left probably 2 touchdowns on the field last night with the drops.
Yeah, red zone issues as well. Yep, no doubt about it. And Andy Reid, cut it out. Enough already. You got the best player in football. Don't punt 4th and 5 from the opponent's 40-yard line when you got Mahomes. Go in, score, end the game. That's ridiculous. Of course, it was a touchback, too. So they take over at the 20-yard line. That was ridiculous. He punted in that situation. Yeah. But sure, there was a lot of good. There was a lot of bad. They're a little sloppy. The Ravens are crying about the officiating in the illegal formation penalties. And that point of emphasis, only Roger Goodell would say, let's focus on this to start the season when everyone can't wait for football and to watch it. And you got that nonsense that happened. But
let me chime in here for a second. How maddening is it, right? If they're going to focus on that, fine. All the teams know about this. You should have practiced that throughout the, training camp and be prepared for it. However, the right tackle again for the Chiefs over and over and over again, which we've seen now for like 2 consecutive years. How is this still a thing?
I know.
How is it allowed where the right tackle can move 2 seconds before the ball is snapped? That should be an automatic penalty every single time. This has not been ironed out yet. I'm confused. Remember, it started with Philadelphia a couple years ago. I think it was Lane Johnson. Twitter went crazy on this. Like, how is it not a penalty every single time?
Yep.
He's moving. It's clear as day.
Yep.
Anybody watching can notice this stuff. So that was allowed last night. I don't know what Lamar was looking at after the game. Jackson, he was awesome for the most part. Again, their game plan sucked because it was all at the line of scrimmage or near the line of scrimmage in the first half. Then it changed. But when he has to take off and scramble, guy was Superman last night.
Well, I could see the rushing game being awesome, though. I mean, that's why Raven fans are like, where was this last year in the AFC title game? They start out with the first drive and they run it 8 times. And that's where you see, okay, there could be a lot of Jackson and a lot of Henry this year. My comeback would be Lamar could get hurt if he's going to run that many times, but he's got to be elusive and slide. But they got to protect him, and you're right with the dink and dunk stuff.
Yep.
And everything short, they can't do that.
No. So this is the reigning MVP talking about the final play of the game.
Down. You said it, James. I thought it was a touchdown. I still think it's a touchdown. I don't want to get it wrong, but it looked like 32 and 20 was like turning to like pursue him when he realized where the ball was going. So I threw it so he can like make a play on it. Just so I don't throw it like a line drive to hit him in the face mask and they turn around and pick the ball. So I gave him the ball so he can jump a little bit. But I thought he did a great job, acrobatic catch, and I believe it was 2 feet in.
Still thought it was good. No, toes on the line, pal.
Oh, yep. Walter,
no good.
Walter Big Lebowski. Over the line. Absolutely.
Right.
And I know if you had this in the contest as well, my God, you got to be so lucky in these games, right? Because I love Harbaugh, too. The balls of a burglar, right? 2! Give me 2, Utah.
No
2.
question.
He's going for the win. That's what you do. But you're going to cash your ticket there. That decides you got to win all those coin flips if you're going to cash in these contests.
I'm going to you know what? I'm keeping track of that this year. That's one tally already. The coin flip games that you have to win. I'm 1-0.
Yep.
So you have to. If I can win like 60% of the coin flip games this year, I'll be super happy about that. Obviously.
Yep.
And it feels like every single game that I'm on. Well, it's the NFL, so it happens every single so often here.
He's out of his mind with what he said at the end, but I don't know how he misses Flowers wide open in the end zone in the play before. I mean, come on, you got to put it on him. He's wide open. I don't understand not killing it after he hit Bateman down the sidelines.
Another one.
All that time ticked off. The clock management on that final drive, and they're out of timeouts. They had to burn 2.
They burned 2 right away in the third quarter.
And then I don't know why you just didn't kill it. They wasted 12, 13 seconds there trying to get the next play in. That was stupid.
I will say, though, I thought the time management at the end of the first half was brilliant by the Ravens because they did not want to have Patrick Mahomes get the ball back with any time whatsoever, and they didn't. I mean, they bled that clock like a thing of beauty, in my opinion. And then they just it got away from him there. But you're right. How does Lamar miss Flowers in the end zone when he's open by 8-10 yards? And he's not even close to him. Mm-hmm. Games, they're going to go for 2 at that point. I don't think, I can say this, can't prove it. I don't think the Chiefs were going to stop on a two-point conversion. That's a team that I can trust in short yardage spots.
Yeah.
Like Flowers was wide open, just, Jackson's got to hit him there.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, the Bengals are playing at the Chiefs. Chiefs get Cincinnati in week 2 at home. That look-ahead number was 4.5 in the summertime. Now it's available. KC's -3.5, 48.5. And the Raiders are playing at Baltimore next week. Ravens right now are 7.5, and the total is 44. You think too many points with that offensive line? Here comes
absolutely.
Mad Max.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going to be living in the backfield the entire time?
They will eat that O-line for lunch.
What do you do?
Time for adjustments, though, too. Yes.
What do you do with Lamar's rushing prop now?
Good question.
In mind.
I love that. 100 yards, yeah. I would continue to look overs, and that's got to be part of the game plan. How about Worthy? Because they're going to get Hollywood Brown back, too. I'm looking at the schedule last night. I go, oh, my God. Here comes the 1 seed, right? In that division, they get the big win to start. You pick up Worthy. The whole league's pissed at the Bills.
Look at this.
I mean,
the entire league.
Got that, absolutely. Why did you let there you go. Piece of cake. Scores right away on his first touch. Scores again. 12-1, 2 touchdowns. Even if they want to sprinkle in a little Schuster. But you're going to have Hollywood Brown back as well. Kelsey's hanging around with Swift. I mean, this is too many weapons for this guy. It's not fair.
Did you pull up, as soon as the game was over with and he scored a second time, did you immediately rush to bet him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
No, I'm not doing that.
I'm not going to do it either.
These other guys are too good. Plus, as we said yesterday, though, when it happened, he's going to spread it around, and he did. 8 different guys had it.
Although I will say this. I think it's pretty clear that Rice is the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
He's the go-to guy now.
Okay, that's fair.
I had a loser with Kelsey. He did not have enough targets last night. He was in there blocking. This took off last night after the game on social media. It was such a great meme or video.
Yeah.
And I'll tweet this out, too, for the radio audience. This is basically every other team in the league looking at the Bills for giving Xavier Worthy to the Chiefs.
Look at the dog out there. The dog out the car there. What of it? Look at the other guy staring. He's nervous. Yeah. The boxer, right? What of it? Yeah. You piece of garbage.
You want to go,
a
pal?
Piece of me? Yeah.
I will
great.
destroy you in 2.2 seconds.
Did I hear this right? Carson Steele's got a pet alligator with his own room?
They showed it last night, yeah. They showed it on the broadcast.
I had the baseball going on the other. I mean, what the hell?
Massive. They showed him with a picture of it. It's a massive gator.
Who has a pet alligator with his own room?
Is he? Where's he from?
I got Indiana?
It's Indiana? I thought he was, okay. All right, we'll hit the Friday night game coming up next. Packers and Eagles. I don't think people realize how good Matt LaFleur has been ATS, especially as a dog. I will give you the eye-popping numbers next on VSiN.
Time. There's nothing more valuable. It's what drives everyone to make the most of every moment. We celebrate living large in the now. In a city where time disappears, we create experiences that electrify the soul and memories that will last forever. We go big, we go all night, and here, everyone is invited. So get loose and get loud.
This is Circa. You'll have the time of your life.
VSiN is thrilled to introduce a new VSiN.com tailor-made to the evolved needs of today's sports bettors. Our upgraded navigation streamlines your journey, allowing you to swiftly access articles, videos, and podcasts. Whether you're tuning in live or catching up on your favorite shows, everything is just a click away. VSiN.com guarantees a fluid and responsive experience across all devices, ensuring you stay connected wherever you are. We have enhanced tools such as our betting splits and expert picks, and introduce innovative features like parlay and odds calculators, all designed to make you a sharper bettor. Our how to bet section is perfect for beginners, covering the fundamentals, while seasoned bettors can delve into our advanced betting strategies for the competitive edge you've been looking for. Sign up for free on VSiN.com or become a VSiN Pro subscriber, where you can unlock unlimited access to every tool, expert picks, and insight that make VSiN the sports betting network.
Want to see who at VSiN is on a hot streak? Go to VSiN.com/picks to see all the selections and weekly leaderboard of VSiN hosts, writers, and guests. Become a VSiN Pro subscriber and get every pick sent to your inbox daily. Just head to VSiN.com/pro.
Responsible sports betting starts with a game plan. That means stick to a budget. Keep it social, learn the game, and know the odds. Play with legal operators. And if you need help, reach out. Visit haveagameplan.org to learn more.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Get another game tonight, so we transition from what happened last night into this doozy, Sao Paulo, Brazil location. Eagles 2.5, most spots. I do see a 2 at DraftKings, total now up to 49.5. This game keeps taking over money. You agree with that?
No, I don't. Although I also think, based on what happened last year, and these teams couldn't stop the run, we also have 2 brand new DCs. So I'm concerned about the field. I'm concerned about they don't want to be here. I'm concerned about the safety. Sal Pal left his wedding ring at home. And they told the players, don't leave the hotels. So then you got the Green Bay 1.5, 2-hour commute. It's tough because they also, maybe it's just a heavy dose of Jacobs and Barkley and Hurts. And next thing you know, this is a 7-minute drive. A lot of it on the ground. Because Green Bay was 28th against the run, and the Eagles were 30th in the league. EPA per play allowed, trying to stop the run. So you also have all these new parts. Green Bay's moving from a 34 to a 43 defense. Mm-hmm. So your new coordinator here, Fangio, comes in. Pencil Boy's out. I mean, this could be... I think you're going to see a lot of rushing attack here, and you could look up and there was a 7-minute drive, and it resulted in nothing.
All right, totally fair. I'll give you this from the VSiN Daily, Steve Makinen. And tell me where you would disagree with this. You can become a member. You can get the newsletter every day. Go to vsin.com/newsletter. Sign up today. This is what he wrote, including the Niners game. The Philly defense allowed 31.3 points per game in the final 8 contests. The big question for 2024 is whether Hurts can find his old form. The addition of Barkley is nice, but is it a bigger signing on paper than an on-field impact? Is it bigger than the loss of Jason Kelce? I just don't like the way this team fell off the cliff last season. It's hard to come back from that. At the same time, the Packers and quarterback Jordan Love were among the league's best late in the season. It's one of the reasons I'm struggling with, number 1, why Philly is favored by 2.5, and number 2, why the DK betting public is enamored with the Eagles. And he does this every single week for every single game at vsin.com. When you look at the majority of the handle and number of bets, when they've been backed and they're backing a team in the ATS wager is in the higher profile non-Sunday afternoon games over the last 2 seasons, those groups are 61 and 81 ATS. That's 43%. And another one is 62 and 80 ATS, 43.7%. Green Bay, 20 and 9 ATS as a dog since 2019. Philadelphia, 17-27 ATS in road neutral games since 2019. He thinks this is setting up for a Packers win. I will also give you that since getting the job in 2019, Packers coach Matt LaFleur, 53 and 37 ATS over those 5 years. Second most profitable coach behind Dan Campbell and the Lions. And they've been an underdog 32 times. He's covered 22 of those by an average of 4 points per game. In the first 3 weeks of the regular season, LaFleur was 13 and 2 ATS. Hurts, 6-14 and 1 ATS is a favorite away from home. So I think a lot of that, there's logic to that, right? So why so much hype, why so much steam on the Eagles based on how they finished last year? And it was the exact opposite with Green Bay.
Okay, because it was last year.
Nothing to do with this one.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine.
And the Eagles are a better team. And there's too much hype on the Packers. Last year was last year. Now the Packers covered their last 6. Philly went 0-7 to close out. There was locker room issues. There was chemistry issues. They think they fixed that, okay? You don't have to take the same Uber, but, you just got to play nice, though, in the locker room. But the addition of Moore and Fangio is going to be a game changer. Between Johnson was a debacle, Desai, and then Patricia was a joke. And the 10-1 start was a long time ago. But I just think this offense is too good, and Hurts is going to be in for an MVP year. I think they're going to get it done. I think 49.5 is too high. And I think you're going to see some real creativity and get this offense back humming, and with the new toy of Barkley. And there's so many guys and so many weapons that Hurts can choose from here and use. And my concerns about Green Bay with the new defensive coordinator, I know you love it because it was a big problem last year and they let Barry go. Bizarre that the guy leaves the head coach of Boston College to come in and take the coordinator job. But, as we've talked about, I don't know. You didn't have to pay Love all that money. And he was great. He was the best quarterback in the league in terms of stats, how he closed the year. But it was ugly the first 2 months of the season. So now you got to come out, do it again, show me that you deserve the money, and also get it done, and the pressure doesn't get to you. Green Bay also has a kicker making his NFL debut tonight. So it's a funky game. It's a wonky game. But Elliott had some issues, too, in the preseason, too. Do with that what you want. But I think the Eagles get it done. They're going to win the division.
That, by the way, that was the second biggest problem. Actually, maybe the defense was bad last year, but Anders Carlson, I'm glad Green Bay recognized that he could not kick. Had problems again during the exhibition slate, and they're like, sorry, bro, like you're gone. No more. Yeah. So always shop around for player props and everything that you're going to bet, because Jordan Love's passing prop tonight is between 250, 2.5, and 260. I have unlimited amount of examples of this today for the games on Sunday, where the numbers are completely different. He's between 250, 2.5, and 256.5. And for those of you new to this, numbers, Paul, as you said for a segment, they always matter. You always want to get the best number. So his completion's 22.5, attempts 35.5. Hurts 240. That's a big number. 241.5.
How does he not go over the rushing yards? Come on.
Hurts is, what was it, 30?
35.5, 30.5. Depends where you shop.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely. I'll give you another one. So if you like that one, Barkley's receiving yards is 16.5. They're not going to utilize him a little bit more in the passing game tonight?
Well, they got me last night, though. Henry wasn't on the field on third down.
No, they took him off every single time.
It was all Hill, so that was... I'm picking up what you're putting down there. I go with that one, too. DraftKings has a cool prop. Brazilian butt lift. Hurts a rushing touchdown in the first half. 2-1. Oh, yeah. My girl had one. Absolutely. It's the real deal.
Hold on. Is that what DK's calling it?
Yeah, Brazilian butt lift.
That's what they called it. That's kudos to them.
How good is that?
That is outstanding.
That's what it's called. The BBL, baby. She goes, I'm going to get a BBL. I go, what the hell are you talking? I look it up. I go, okay, let's go. Where do I sign up?
It's too fake. All these girls. Okay. Instagram. It just, spend 20 minutes in IG once and what's real, what's not. 99% of it is fake.
Yeah, sure. Well, with the nice butt, though, came with it. She got that washboard stomach, too.
Oh, there you go.
Which is gone now because she won't exercise, of course, too. So it's wasted money other than the caboose. So, Brazilian butt lift.
So remind me again, what are the numbers on this? What does he have to do? I'm thinking of something completely different.
Great ass! He got your head all the way up it. Will he have a rushing touchdown in the first half? 2-1. Brazilian butt lift.
Well, okay, so if you like that, he was really, really good last year, scoring the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah.
And he's as high as plus 750.
Yeah.
Does your girlfriend like that number?
Got that. Well, call and ask her. See what she says. Let's see that. She likes the cash. Let me give you the other thing. And I blew your mind before the show. Maybe I wasn't clear yesterday. Let me say it all for people in the back. Last night at DraftKings, I don't know how many places offer this. Will the opening kickoff result in a touchback? Yes, open plus 280. It closed plus 210. Yesterday, this game was plus 220. It's now $1.10. All the Sunday games were plus 220. They're now $1.10. Bill Barnwell from ESPN tweets out, I think we're going to see a lot of touchbacks in week 1. My God, if you got that
So they've changed them to where you were getting that much plus money in every single game.
They just thought it'd be, okay, here we go with the new rule now. No, they're just going to kick it. The bookmakers were wrong.
I think so, too.
We're going to start at the 30-yard line. We're going to kick it as far as we can and go with the touchback. Plus 280.
I have so many questions on this then. One, how much money are they willing to take on a bet like that? Number 2, will they take parlays or will they take round robins?
Yeah, right.
I would love to be able to round robin every single game to the yes.
I'll still take the $1.10 right now.
I think
Bill Barnwell's right. They're just going to blast it through the end zone.
In fact, if you can find $1.10 right now, I'm still intrigued by round robbing that. I would round robin like every game imaginable and do like 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Mm-hmm. That's exactly, I think, what's going to happen. I think he's spot on with that.
Yeah.
They don't want to screw around with this. Yep. Boom, there you go. We'll see it at the 30-yard line.
Tweeted it last night. As soon as he bombs it right through the end zone, and it coincided with the Barnwell tweet. I think we're going to get a lot of touchbacks week 1, although I hope I'm wrong.
And then because you were on this yesterday, you noticed movement on that right away.
70-cent move.
Man, oh, man.
And then I look up, because I looked at the Friday night game, and it was plus 220. Last check I looked, it was $1.10. I looked at the Viking game. It was plus 220. It's now $1.30. I looked at the Bengal game. It was plus 220. It's $1.10. Snooze, you lose.
Missed that one, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
How many books are offering that, by the way?
I don't know. Tough one.
Oh,
what a game tonight, though. But I don't know what to do. A.J. Brown, this is not a vacation. It's a business trip. Slay, I don't like it. Telling the players, don't leave your hotel. Sal Pal, leave the wedding ring, leave the watch, leave the jewelry. I mean, this is... Should be fun, though.
Here's the difficult part about a week 1 matchup. Much like last night, who's going to eat for the Chiefs? Well, now we know. It looks like Rashee Rice is going to be the number 1 guy for sure. For the Packers, is it Watson? Is it Reed? Is it Dobbs? Is it Wicks? It's going to be tough to solve that riddle until we maybe have a couple of data points with the Packers. I bet Reed, he was a go-to guy around the goal line last year, 14-1 first touchdown tonight, and I also bet Dallas Goedert at 14-1 as well. I have those 2 guys in pocket so far tonight.
Good luck
in the game. Can't wait to watch it, though.
Let's eat. Yep.
Up next, we'll get
Peacock, don't get caught.
Yep. Sunday slate. Josh Allen has been a favorite of 4 points or more 25 times over the past couple of years. The betting results from those games, pretty alarming.
VSiN is extending our VSiN Pro Football Special. That means for $175, you'll get access to both our NFL and college football betting guides, plus so much more. With VSiN Pro, you'll receive daily picks straight to your inbox, detailed analysis on every game, and exclusive data like our betting splits to help you become a sharper bettor. Get all this for just $175 through the Super Bowl. Or try a monthly subscription and get your first 30 days for only $19. Don't miss out on this unbeatable offer. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe.
Don't wait until fall to start betting the NFL. Get a jump start now with the VSiN NFL Betting Guide and get prepared for this NFL season like never before. The guide has in-depth breakdowns for all 32 teams, best bets from our VSiN experts, playoff predictions, award market previews, and more. The guide is out now, and the only way to get it is to be a VSiN Pro subscriber. Head to VSiN.com/pro to sign up and join the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Let's ride. Make this football season your best ever. Full VSiN Pro access, daily best bets with the leaderboard to see which VSiN expert has the hot hand. Betting splits to show you where the money and bets are moving every game. Betting systems and analysis from pro handicappers. Great dog videos. Grab your football season special. Full VSiN Pro access now through the Super Bowl for just $175 with a monthly subscription for $9.99. The number 5 at McDonald's is more than that. VSiN, your pro ticket to a winning season. Don't wait. Head to VSiN.com/subscribe. Sign up. Start betting smarter today. VSiN.com/subscribe. Become part of the team.
All right. This hit Twitter 45 minutes ago from Adam Schefter. The Pittsburgh Steelers officially listed quarterback Russell Wilson as questionable for Sunday's opener against the Falcons due to his hamstring injury. And side note, the Steelers also ruled out rookie wide receiver Roman Wilson. This number is now, here at Circa, up to Atlanta -4 in the game.
Boy, are we dropping knowledge today. How great is this? You cannot parlay a DK, by the way, on the kickoff. And how vicious is this beat if Field starts?
Think about this for a second.
That prop was up. Who will start week 1 for the Steelers?
And Wilson, he was a monster favorite during training camp.
But it came
and
down.
It was going back and forth.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So still, you're thinking, I got, or as announced, I'm good. Could be out here, and then Fields comes in, and you could cash a big ticket there to start. Just take the first snap week 1.
That's all you got to do.
That's how they word it. Yep.
So would you, in this game? By the way, Falcons 3.5 in the contest out here. I just sent a text to my buddy during the break. Atlanta survivor? Question mark.
Here we go.
Getting a little tempting. So, actually, I would rather get the news like Sunday. Well, you have to have the pick in by Saturday afternoon out here. I'd rather that Tomlin announce who the quarterback is going to be tomorrow, like around noon. And I'd rather go with Atlanta at that point if it's Russell Wilson and not Justin Fields. I think the Steelers are maybe better off right now with Fields in week 1. Yeah. Based on, they're calling it the hamstring injury. Also, it was calf tightness. And he was complaining and had the sore calf a couple of weeks ago. I think right now, today, Justin Fields gives the Steelers a better chance overall offensively.
Yeah.
So, Mike Tomlin also, 59-35-4 ATS as a dog. That's 63%. They were 9-2 in one-score games last year.
Yep, total fluke. That was ridiculous. So 15-2-1 all-time against Atlanta. Do with that what you want. But a big show-me game for the Falcons. Charch is right. All fantasy owners will have an eye on Robinson here. And I want to see what this new and improved offense looks like now with a legit quarterback and not that trash they had last year. So rooting for you with your future tickets. They better win the division. They should. And it'd be great to start with a win Sunday, and I think they're going to get it. And I think Pittsburgh's going to fall off a cliff this year based on I love the whole Art Smith discussion. It's hilarious. Atlanta's going to be great, got rid of Art. Oh, now he's the coordinator for Pittsburgh. He's going to help
them too. Sure.
So I got to see what Atlanta looks like here, and they have so many weapons, and they should get it done. And hopefully Kirk is okay coming off the injury.
Here's another one about shopping around. Kirk Cousins' passing yards prop is between 240.5 and 246.5 yards. First of all, that's a pretty decent number. High number is what I mean. Is he going to get to in the 250 range? Steelers still have a good defense. What's the breakdown here going to be with Bijan and Algier out of the backfield? I mean, conflicting reports during exhibition season that there was going to be almost split, and they want to still run the football quite a bit. 246.5. I'm not going over that with Kirk Cousins. I'll tell you that right now.
All right.
Cardinals are playing at the Bills. Up to 6.5 here with Buffalo. This note from Action Network, Evan Abrams. Josh Allen has closed as a favorite of 4 points or more 25 times over the last 2 years. During that time, Buffalo is 8-16-1 ATS. Of the 42 quarterbacks to close over 4 points in any game in that span, Allen's record is the absolute worst. You have that going. Bills expected to be worse this year. I can't get the Matt Milano injury out of my head. I think he's ultra important to that defense.
No doubt.
Kyler Murray is 25-15-2 ATS as a dog. That's the second best quarterback ATS as a dog since he came into the league, right behind Jared Goff. For what it's worth, he's also 11-3 ATS in the Eastern time zone. I'm on the Cardinals.
Yeah, all right. 4 years ago, we had the Hail Murray. It was awesome. What a finish. And this is Buffalo loses 45% of their receiving yards and 52% of their touchdowns. The motto inside the locker room is everyone eats. MVS, Coleman, Samuel, Hollins, Shakir, who Charge loves. I don't know. And I know Diggs is a pain in the ass, but it's MVS can't catch a cold. Coleman's a rookie. Samuel's a journeyman.
And he's hurt.
Yeah, Hollins has bad hair. Shakir might be good. So that could work out, and I like his prop over as well. But here's what I get at with Arizona. That they were 3-5 with Murray and 1-8 without. McBride's a beast. Here comes Moss 2.0 with Harrison. Worst run defense, though, last year, and 30th in sacks. So you get a couple guys out on defense. So, although I do like Gannon, I thought he did a pretty good job when everyone said they were going to take it.
Yeah, me too.
Sure, but then how they came on, they went in, they went into Pittsburgh and won. They went into Philadelphia and won. Eagles blew the division as a result of it. So, tough one. I like the over, though. But I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona wins the game.
It came down to 47. That's
a win. I don't know, with that Buffalo weather, but. Yeah, check the weather there and the wind, but it's also just going to be maybe they're just gashing them on the ground, and maybe it's just a ton of rushing yards for Buffalo in this one as well.
Oh, they had some of the best rushing success in the entire league in the second half of the season last year, and James Cook came on pretty strong, and also they have Ray Davis, who looks to be really, really good too. What do you want to do with Marvin Harrison? The prop, again, between 59.5 and 65.5. If you like him over, you absolutely obviously have to find that 59.5. But is he going to... Is he going to get his right away if we have some weather issues in Buffalo? I think the Harrison Trey McBride combo is going to be a great 1-2 combo this year.
I go back. I remember Randy Moss's first game. Do you remember?
Oh, against Tampa.
Yeah, right. Brad, he had 2 touchdowns. Right off the bat. Bam, touchdown. I mean, that is what you have to do if you're Arizona. Here's our big guy. Here's our top 10 draft pick. Here's our game changer. Let's get him involved early.
We're going to do in-pocket plays a little bit later on today. You just gave something away that I have a bet on. I'm doing a ladder bet, and it's in this game with one of the players involved. Bills, Cardinals coming up a little bit later on. I do remember that. I had Brad Johnson in all my fantasy leagues that year because I loved Randy Moss so much. Then he got hurt right away, and I'm like, I'll pick up Randall Cunningham, MVP of the league.
That's right.
So if you had Moss and Cunningham that year,
shut it down.
You did a moonwalk to the title.
Yep.
Titans are playing at the Bears. What do you think of this money on Tennessee?
I don't get it. The Bears are going to win. I don't get this. And all the 14-1 stuff, and I know you referenced it earlier, but this is a completely different ball game because you never see a team this good, this close to the playoffs, get the number 1 pick. So I'm rooting for Williams. I hope but I want to see him with these new toys now with Allen and also Odunze, and you get the stink of Getsy out of there as well, and Waldron. And this defense was so good once they made the trade and how well they played down the stretch. I understand the concerns about Eberflus, but you still have a new coach and system coming in now, and I loved Vrabel. I think it's going to take time. I like Spears props over. The Bears were horrendous at stopping running backs catching the ball out of the backfield. And you want to get nuts? The Bears are going to win a game this year because of their punter. That guy, if you watch Hard Knocks, Torrey Taylor, the 4th-round pick from Iowa, who's from Melbourne, Aussie Rules football, they said he was the best player on the team at Iowa. He had the best year ever for a punter. He'll make it rain out there. He put it wherever he wants. He put it inside the 5. He does weird stuff with the ball. That is going to be big at some point. The weapon that they have, the guy can kick it 60, 70 yards, no problem, and he's awesome at pinning you and putting it inside the coffin corner. But I don't understand the Tennessee love affair here, and the number keeps crashing. I don't get it.
So the 3 guys that Caleb Williams is going to throw to that play the wide receiver position, it's DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze.
Yeah.
Love Rome Odunze. DJ Moore's prop is 62.5. Keenan Allen, 50.5. 50.5. He's banged up. I would think
he's also put on weight.
I think I would look to the under on Keenan Allen in this game, and then maybe the other 2 guys, 44.5 for Odunze. It's a small number, but I'm big on DJ Moore. I think that he's very, very good, and I think that he can have a game here. Also, there is this note that I'll point out one last time, that Williams is going to be the 6th rookie quarterback to start in week 1. Point spread, 3 or higher since the merger. Those other quarterbacks are 1-4 straight up in ATS. Mac Jones laid 3.5 in week 1, lost to Miami. Trevor Lawrence laid 4.5 to Houston in week 1. They lost by 16. Jameis Winston lost to Tennessee 42-14, laying 3. Go back to 1970. Bradshaw and the Steelers lost. Carson Wentz, your one winner in 2016, laying 3.5. They beat Cleveland 29-10.
Yeah. We'll carry it over on the other side, though, too. I mean, the Bears were 20th in offense and 27th in passing. And now they have this guy now and no more Fields. Sky's the limit. It's right there for him. Nasty defense, all these weapons, and this guy can be a star. Come on. Tennessee.
Well, the city needs it to happen.
Yes.
Up next, win some, lose some. How about a 44-1 ticket that cashed last night and a bad beat on a 75-1 ticket? Oh, by the way, same player. Pauly, details next.
In the heart of downtown Las Vegas, a sports oasis awaits. Stadium Swim, the ultimate outdoor amphitheater, built for the ultimate sports fan, with a colossal screen that brings the game closer than ever. Reserve a daybed, private cabana, or lounge in the center of it all. 6 pools to dive into as the game heats up. And the best part, there's never an off-season. Open 365 days a year. Stadium Swim, it's always spectator season.
A new football season means a new lineup on VSiN. Start your day with sharp betting analysis on the VSiN Morning Line at 7 a.m. Eastern. Follow it up with a numbers game at 10, money moves at noon, and prop points from 2 to 3 p.m. Get pregame strategies with Make It Rain at 3 p.m. Follow the money at 4, and at 8, join us for the day's biggest games on VSiN Primetime. Wrap up your night with cashing out at 11. Check out the full lineup on VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network. last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
All right, Chiefs, Ravens, total open 47.5, got down to 45.5. Wouldn't you know it? Bam. Falls 47. Incredible way to start the season. Most rushing yards, Jackson, 6-1. Most receiving yards, likely, 44-1 here at Circa. Opening kickoff, result in a touchback. Yes, plus 280. Close, plus 210. Cash that ticket. Henry, first touchdown, 6-1. Anytime touchdown, 105. Pacheco, touchdown and a Chiefs win, 2-1. Rice, 100 yards, plus 425. Send in if you guys saw what Jackson was, 100 yards rushing. I didn't see that. Worthy, anytime touchdown, plus 235. 2 touchdowns, 12-1. Likely, anytime touchdown, 6-1. BTTS first quarter, plus 130. MLB, Rockies, plus 240. Surprised the Braves, 3-1. Grand Slam, yes, plus 150. Happened again. In WNBA, the Mystics, plus 180. Pounded the Mercury. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com. Our radio and podcast friends, you always want to see these tweets and videos. Who's got the cheese? Got the cheese? Coming to the dog running out here? Look at this guy getting up here. Want the cheese? Look at the look on his face. Oh. He's ready to go. Coming in, follow him around. GoPro. Got the video.
Great idea with the GoPro.
That is great, yeah. Look at this coming to get the toy and get the cheese as well.
That is an Aussie Shepherd.
Yeah.
Which are just beautiful dogs.
Good call. Reminds me of the GoPro when the dog took it from the owner. He's running with us on his head, and the other dogs are coming after him. That's great. Good start. Number 2. Now the guy goes down the stairs. Knock on the mattress! Incoming! Down the stairs. Look at his tail. All right, let's do it again. It's like he's at the playground. Goes down the steps just to be safe, though, or coming on the mattress. No problem. Rinse and repeat.
Over and over
down.
again.
Yep,
Man.
Look at him. His tail's wagging while he's coming down the middle of the stairs, going down the ride as he sees it.
It's like that dog that could not get enough of going down the slide, and then he would run back up the stairs.
Playground. Yeah, at the playground. Absolutely. It's good. Send them in. Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. We'll make you part of the show. Couple bad beats. Padres, $1.70.
Oh, that's horrible.
Here's your Grand Slam prop, too. You cannot lose games like this in September. 3-0 in the 9th, 2 outs. Grand Slam by the Tigers. They beat the Padres. Oh, that's going to sting.
Actually, what were they live? Do you have any idea?
No, I don't. It escalated quickly, though, too. I think it was base hit, walk, out, walk, foul tip, Grand Slam. You see the beat I took on this? Well, both teams make a 33-yard field goal last night. Field goals made from 32, 32, 31, 25, and Tucker missed from 53. I lose by twice, 32 yards. Come on. Oh, it's ridiculous.
By the way, how about that note that popped during that miss with Tucker, 1-6?
6 from 50 plus.
What's happened?
I don't know. Father Time undefeated, maybe. I know. And here's your bad beat. Over the line. Likely. 2 touchdowns. 75-1 at one spot.
Yep. Somebody tweeted at me.
75-1. Yeah, a guy had like a $10 parlay, and he had it with Worthy. He paid $5,600.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh.
Was that Worthy to score 2? Or?
Yeah, both guys, too.
Both guys to score 2?
It was a $10 parlay. Worthy and Likely to score 2 touchdowns or more. 10 to win $5,600. Wow. Yeah, that one stings.
Yeah, a little bit.
You ever get red hot? Think your picks are worth money? Juice Reel revolutionizing the way bettors buy and sell betting advice. You and everyone else links their account to Juice Reel. All your betting history loads into the free app. With everyone's bets imported straight from the books, you're as good as your betting data says you are. Unlock the picks that real talented bettors have their money on. Get paid real money when other people unlock your picks. Fully transparent betting advice only on Juice Reel. Download for free, iPhone, Android, REL. Grab it, get it, have it, do it, love it. Welcome back, juicereel.com.
All right, so back to that Bears-Titans game. You wanted to say something else about that, and I'm looking across the screen right now. Yeah, Chicago, they're 3.5-point favorites everywhere.
What's going on here? Come on now. 28th passing offense, 28th offense, 29th passing. Henry's gone. You like Spears. Okay.
Well, Pollard, I think we're going to see a better Tony Pollard this year, too.
Maybe. But Chicago was so bad on offense last year, and now I get a legit quarterback with Allen and Odunze, and I get more help now, and I get rid of Getsy.
He's also a rookie.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big factor here. But I'm
rookie,
not
going against a top defense.
But not every rookie is C.J. Stroud.
Right.
He is the exception. He is not the rule.
I'll tell you, I'd be very disappointed if they can't win this game. Very disappointed.
Imagine living in that city.
But maybe I also, yeah. And Hard Knocks got me again.
The panic time.
I mean, it sucks me in. And I thought it was, it's good stuff on there with Hard Knocks, but you see how talented that roster is? The Bears fans, the concerns about Eberflus, who was 10-24 the last 2 years. I got you. But this is a whole different ballgame because how well that defense played once they acquired Sweat and how well they played down the stretch. A lot of times you didn't have a chance with Fields. The guy went off once in his tenure. Yeah. That was the Thursday night game when they went into Washington and pounded him.
How about if Levis is good?
Well,
he turns out and he's absolutely more than serviceable. Yeah. He makes it work. They win like 6-7 games. He's part of the reason why. This is a big if, but if Hopkins could ever get back to being healthy, along with Calvin Ridley, in theory, that's a pretty good 1-2 combination. I think the 1-2 there in the backfield, Pollard and Spears, totally fine with that. I have questions still about the offensive line. I think you have to. Okay. But I know they lost guys on the defensive line as well, but they still have some guys remaining. I love Jeffrey Simmons, have for years. So there is some talent overall, not a ton, but maybe Levis comes out, and this is just the exact opposite of what we've seen from Tennessee over the years, where it was all King Henry. And, I saw a stat last night that Derrick Henry, sorry, I don't know why I called him that, but he I know a Titans fan, and he keeps texting me, the king, and I'm like, enough already. So when the Titans would win, he would average around 20 or more fantasy points per game. When the Titans would lose, he'd be about 12 because that means game flow, and then Henry's taken out of the equation, obviously. Well, the equation this year is going to be completely different. There's no more Ryan Tannehill here. There's no Malik Willis. There's some potential here, and if Levis, I think they're going to get there, and with the new coaching staff, maybe they say, let's air it out a little bit, man. The guy's got a cannon for an arm.
Could be. Maybe it's an over, too.
Let her rip.
Bears, 15, depends where you shop, 15-20-1 for the most points. Highest scoring team of the week. Let's go. Yeah. Sky's the limit for this offense. They should be able to do some damage. And
we know this.
I'm excited to see what this is. Why everyone's got a chance. It's week 1. The Texans won 3 games last year. The previous year, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can turn it around like that. And if he's the real deal, they will. And it's not like they were a joke anyways. They still won 7 games last year.
Yeah, I'm looking at Odunze again, 44.5. Ridley is 56.5 yards, and Hopkins is between 44.5 and 52. That's actually a middle. That's an 8-yard middle for a guy that's around 50 yards. And, if he lands 47 yards on the weekend, don't be surprised. And you can maybe win both those bets. That's a decent percentage to have in that and lock that up. Like tonight's game. When that game first opened up, whenever they announced the schedule, books, 2 different books posted it at the same time, right around the same time. There was an offshore book, and there was one stateside. One book posted the total 46.5. The other one posted 51.5. I get it. I understand that you have to lock up money for a long time to get here. But, and who knows, limits back then on an NFL game, certain books are not going to, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But now the total is 49.5, and it was lower than that, so it's creeping up. Would you like to have both those numbers right now in pocket? If you were patient enough to bet both of them, I would. I would bet over 46.5 right now and under 51.5 without hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Who wouldn't?
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps ticking up tonight. And
how is it going to go?
This is starting to circulate. What about potential problems with the field? After all, this is one of the stadiums they built in Brazil for the World Cup. Was it 10 years ago? And so if we're watching the game tonight, you're like, it doesn't look so hot. Remember the game that we had in Mexico a couple years ago? The field looked like
when they had to cancel the one game. Yeah.
Hurricane hit it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like somebody went around with a lawnmower with a bad blade on it for about 2 hours. Just chopped it up the entire time.
Get the Peacock. You need it anyways. You got to get you need it for the Premier League, and then you got that new Don Cheadle thing that looks good with Samuel L. Jackson, right? They got that the series they just started. There's a robbery before a Muhammad Ali concert. I mean, not fight. Concert. Fight, yeah. I mean, that looks good. So you got that. You got 3 things right there because you need it for the playoff game and other games coming up too. So I think
you might as well get it tonight because
it's only
you're exactly right.
$6 a month if you watch the soccer, and then you got the Don Cheadle project.
Right. Because here's the thing. You're going to be surprised tonight. Some of you are, or some people that you know are going to be surprised. Like, I can't get the game. Where's it at? Same thing's going to happen come January.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the damn game at? It's on Peacock. It's the world that we live in now. Up next, we'll continue with the Sunday slate. How about this? 0-6 ATS versus division foes in Week 1, and 13 games below 500 going back several years. We'll tell you the team that fits that category coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The only thing better than football is the excitement of all the contests.